Ready to get the hands dirty. Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make briquettes from cassava peels. Yes, briquette from cassava peels. This will turn into this. So over here, as you can see in this bag, I have lots of cassava peels. This is our main ingredient to make the briquette. To begin, we need to set up the locally acquired drums. And in this drum here, you have to make holes underneath the drum. So these holes are supposed to help you to set up the fire from the bottom, and then there will be an opening at the top where you load. You can call it the loading chamber. Once this setup is done, we are going to use the corn husk and put them into these holes. Once we are done with that, we are going to mount the drum on this setup. At this point, we are ready to start loading into the chamber right here. And you don't need the size of this drum to be able to do it yourself. You can use a very small drum size. All you need is to have the process right. So to help or to aid in combustion, we need to create a hole in the middle. And this hole is created by putting this stick right through the middle. At this point, once we're going to light it from the top and from the bottom. The reason why we are doing that is because we want to have a uniform burning and then have it burn inwards. So burning from the top and burning from the bottom. So at this point, we are going to leave this to burn for about 30 minutes. And whilst it's burning, we are going to be mixing it up to have it uniformly burnt. So when the fire begins to burn flammably, what it means is all the moisture is out of the waste, and then you are almost close to the point where you have to cover and stop any sort of oxygen from entering the chamber. Okay. So at this point, what we are doing is covering any form of outlet or inlet that will allow oxygen into the drum.
So at this stage, our carbonization process is over. So this is our end product from the carbonization process, the burnt char. We are now going to crush it and then get a smooth char, which we can later mix with our binder to get our briquettes. So at this point, we are making our binder, which is made of mainly of cassava. We are pouring our starch into our heated water to evenly get our binder, which is our starch. At this stage, we are mixing our char with our binder. We mix it gradually until we get a uniform texture of the char and the binder. So after mixing our char with the binder and getting a uniform mixture, we now mold our mixed char and binder into our briquettes. And then at this stage, we finally mold it into our desired shapes that we want, as you can see.
Being someone who is concerned about the environment and coming from a background where I had my grandmother sell charcoal and knowing the destruction it caused to the forest and the environment, I mean, I was very enthused to do something about climate change, and I figured that I didn't need the biggest of investment to be able to start it. And then I put together a team that was committed and shared the same values and the same dream of protecting the environment and doing something within our own capacity. And that's what inspired us to start this whole thing.